All right, moving on to Iraq, where we had a recent election with record low voter turnout. The voter turnout for the election was only 41%. And it's very funny that the U.S. will tout how it built democracies in Iraq and Afghanistan and things like that, when never in any of these elections does it feel like anything but corruption happened. And now only 41% of people are turning out. The low voter turnout, this is by Jason Ditz at antiwar.com, was a result of voter disillusionment and boycotts. There's a lot of different sectors of the Iraqi society that just decided it wasn't worth going out and voting. Early vote results show that it was the Sadrist bloc. This is led by Muqtada al-Sadr. He is an Iraqi cleric whose father was a very important Iraqi figure. I believe he was either killed or assassinated by Saddam Hussein. And Sadr has several times in Iraq been in the position where he should be kingmaker, at least. Although, as Elijah Magnier has pointed out, he oftentimes doesn't seem to know what he really wants or needs to do with the political power that he has. But nonetheless, it appears that his bloc got the most seats, although it's unclear of how many. Initially it was reported as 73, but it has gone down to 69. As usual with Iraqi elections, it takes a couple weeks to figure everything out, and then after that it's an entire mess as they actually try to form a government. And so I'll cover this more on shows to come. The main reason I want to actually cover this today, because I was just going to wait probably at least another week before I talked about it, was I screwed up in my news roundup at the Libertarian Institute and had put that the voter turnout was 25%. It was just a mistype on my part, a complete, just stupid mistake. But anyways, I wanted to bring it up on the show just because I know it's a few days old news roundup now. A good chance that some people won't go back and look at it and see the correction. But I think most people who read the roundup listen to the show, and so you'll get it correct here. That way, nobody in my audience is saying anything wrong. All right, let's talk about the capture of. I'm gonna pronounce this name wrong, but at least it looks like Sammy Jasmine, and he was apparently the deputy, or at least is claimed to be the deputy of the now deceased leader of ISIS, Baghdadi, and it is apparently that this guy was captured actually in Syria by Iraqi forces working with Turkish forces. And I don't know, this is just a very interesting story. Turkey and Iraq have their own disputes over Turkish presence in northern Iraq. There's actually Turkish military bases, Turkish military presence in northern Iraq that Iraq opposes, and they can't get the Turks out of their country. But they did work together on this. Apparently, Jasmine was taken from from Syria first to Turkey and then to Iraq. I don't actually anticipate this will have any impact on jihad, ISIS in Iraq or Syria. Typically, in these groups, when you know kill or take out the leadership, you don't get a whole lot from this. But maybe by capturing this guy, they could gain some intelligence or something like that. And it does go to show, I think, that when you look at the Middle East and what to do with these jihadist groups, what does the U.S. have to do? Well, even countries like Iraq and Syria, that are Iraq and Turkey, that have their own disputes, are able to put them aside to take out a bigger threat like the Islamic State. One last story here on Turkey, and that is they're looking to buy about 40 F-16s from the Air Force. The reason that Turkey is looking to buy F-16s is because they were initially part of the F-35 project with the United States and I think 30 something other countries. But now Turkey was cut out of that project because they elected to buy the Russian S-400 air defense system. The U.S. threatened, said you can't buy it, you can't buy it, you can't buy it. You gotta buy the U.S.-made Patriot missile systems. Of course, this is, just strong-armed mercantilism, but nonetheless, Turkey is now in a position where they're looking to buy these F-16s, and so just something to keep an eye on in the Middle East coming up. There's